If you love country music as much as Nashville, Tennessee does, then you're probably getting ready for the big award show coming up in November. Maybe you're gonna throw a viewing party, and if you are, you're gonna need some snacks. Okay, we've all heard the statement, country as corn. Well, I came up with a recipe that I think is country as cornbread. Welcome into my kitchen here in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm Nan Kelley. And if you are throwing a viewing party, whether it's for the big country music awards show coming up or the big game that's happening next year, good food is a must. Now you want something that your guests can just grab and go and get right back to the television set, because that's where the action is. So here in the South, we love cornbread. We also love Mexican food, especially tamales. But tamales aren't necessarily finger food that your guests can pick up and go with. So I thought of an idea to marry that wonderful tamale meat with a traditional country cornbread stick. So that's what we're cooking today on One Pan Nan, tamale cornbread sticks. And here's what you'll need for the meat mixture. Chopped onions, some cinnamon, some cayenne pepper, cumin, red gold diced tomatoes, a little salt, a lot of chili powder, ground beef, a cornbread stick pan, and a skillet. Okay, so I've already browned the meat and the onions in just a little bit of oil, and now I'm gonna pour in the red gold tomatoes. And then let's add in a little bit of salt, chili powder. This is the heat. The cayenne pepper, cumin, and the cinnamon. Now we're going to give it a good stir. So you want to let this simmer for about 30 minutes because all of those great flavors are going to come together. And while this is simmering, we're going to fix up the cornbread batter. So we're going to start with 4 cups of your favorite cornmeal mix. We're going to add 2 cups of milk or buttermilk, half a cup of oil plus 2 extra tablespoons. This is basically making a double batch to go with the meat. 4 eggs, and last, we're gonna add in a little extra goodness, a couple of tablespoons of half and half. Okay, we're just gonna give it a little stir. So this is going to make about 32 to 35 cornbread sticks, give or take a few, depending on how big your corn stick pan is. Okay, so our tamale meat looks wonderful and smells wonderful. So to give it that true tamale texture, we're gonna take the meat and run it through the food processor. That's looking good. Let's go to the next step. Okay, so the oven is nice and hot at 425 degrees, and I took our corn stick pan, sprayed it nice and well with some non-stick spray, and just preheated it just for a couple of minutes. We're gonna take our batter and measure out 1.5 teaspoons. And we're just gonna pour it gently along each corn stick. What you wanna do is just kind of mash it down, either with a spoon or with your fingers. You just gonna want to get a thin layer on the bottom. We're gonna fill up all the corn sticks. So that's all done. We have a thin layer of cornmeal mix on the bottom of our pan, so we're ready to put in the meat. So 3 teaspoons. Just take your fingers and just kind of get it out of the spoon, and you want to evenly place it in the stick. Over there. That looks good. Okay, so we've layered in the meat. Now we're just going to top whatever amount it takes to cover each stick. A little more. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is pop these in the oven. We've got them all filled. So you wanna bake the cornbread for about 12 to 15 minutes. These have been in for 13. Let's check them out and see what they look like. Oh, that looks great. Perfect. Nice and hot. Look at that. Yum. Okay, let's check them out. I'm gonna grab a knife. You may want to let them cool just for a couple of minutes, and then just run a knife underneath. Look at that. Oh, they pop right out. Look at that. Oh yeah. Nice and golden on the bottom. That looks great. So there you have it, tamale cornbread sticks all plated up. Oh, your guests are gonna love it. You may want to serve it with some sour cream, a little red gold salsa, and I guarantee your guests are going to say that you are Entertainer of the Year. Enjoy the Big Country Music Awards show night. I hope you have a great party. Enjoy your guests, but mainly enjoy your food. I know I